News now from Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, where at least 27 people died as heavy rain battered Telangana and Andhra Pradesh for a second consecutive day on Sunday, causing flooding and waterlogging in several areas, also disrupting road and rail traffic. At least 15 people died in Telangana, 12 in Andhra Pradesh. This is after several rivers were in spate on Sunday. And today, however, the situation is said to be better. There you can see those visuals as roads even turned into rivers. People had to wade through neck-deep water in some places, and schools and colleges have been closed in Hyderabad. Also, work from home advisory has been given to all techies. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday spoke with Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu as well as Telangana's CM Revanth Reddy, assuring them of all possible help from the centre. Well, let's go across to Uma Sudhir now for more. And Uma, a terrible situation yesterday, so many deaths reported. What's the situation like right now?
So for the last 3 days, we have had incessant rains. Thankfully, now the rain seems to have stopped in many areas of Telangana as well as in Andhra Pradesh. But the danger still exists because all the water bodies, as the Central Water Commission has reported, are actually running full, and the Krishna could be in spate in several areas, and that's what the chief ministers of both Telangana as well as Andhra Pradesh are monitoring. Those very vulnerable districts and localities which need attention immediately, and therefore the resources need to be deployed in those areas. In Telangana, at the Command and Control Center, the Chief Minister is right now holding an emergency meeting, talking to all the district officials and also talking about what kind of deployment needs to be done of the NDRF and the SDRF that are available here, because yesterday there is a problem with the Khammam area where there was a call for help from multiple locations, and they were not able to deploy the copters because of the locally hostile climatic conditions. Afterwards, the conversation with the Andhra Pradesh Chief Secretary by the Deputy Chief Minister of Telangana, who asked for a chopper to be flown in from Vizag to Khammam in order to be able to carry out the rescue operation. Subsequently, not just the Prime Minister but Mr. Amit Shah has spoken as well, and spoken about deploying the NDRF teams and getting in those kind of choppers which can fly in more adverse climatic conditions as well. So the attention really going to be on Khammam and also in certain areas in Adilabad, where we are getting this kind of reports of still people being marooned, the villages as well. The national highway between Telangana and Andhra Pradesh certainly flooded in multiple areas where the breaching has happened, and the worry has been that people should not come out in those areas, and they must in fact stay away from the national highway. That is a warning that's been repeatedly given because vehicles are getting flown away. Yesterday there was this very heartrending kind of a story of this father and daughter scientist, in fact, Nunawat Ashwini and Nunawat Motilal, who were to reach the Hyderabad airport and had started from Khammam and were in Mehboobabaad when their car actually got washed away, and they were on phone talking to friends and asking for relief and rescue, and there was an attempt to reach the rescue to them, but before that in some time the phones ran silent, and then subsequently their bodies were discovered, both the father and the daughter a 26-year-old scientist. In fact, another story that Ponguleti Srinivas Rao, the disaster minister of Telangana, spoke about disaster relief he is focusing on right now, but he spoke about how this couple, Yaqub and his wife, were in fact in touch with him, and he was trying to reach a chopper to them. This is a brick kiln workers, and subsequently they had used a drone to even drop life jackets to the family. But only the boy, Sharif, could be saved. He wore the life jacket and swam across, but the couple was not able to do that, and both of them have died in the disaster of flooding that happened in that area. But in Vijayawada, we saw the entire roads, in fact, not being visible at all, and you saw the area completely flooded. Newsivit, the Mango Research Center, all that area completely underwater, and therefore Chief Minister in fact parked himself at the collectorate, spent the night at the Vijayawada collectorate, and he went in boat. Even this morning he has gone to Singh Nagar in a boat himself, in a raft that was brought in by the NDRF, and he travelled in that and telling people that relief and rescue would reach them, and also ensuring that the people who were unwell well. The elderly were moved first because some of them needed emergency medical help. He said as many as 110 such boats have been deployed and 10 NDRF teams have come in. There are choppers that have come in, 3 from Tamil Nadu, 4 from Punjab, 3 more from Odisha, all of them reaching out to these areas where people were marooned and bringing them out to safety, and patients in that being given a priority of movement. Of course, as many as 100 trains have been cancelled by the South Central Railway because from Kazipet to Vijayawada in K. Samudram as well as in Rayanapadu, the track itself was breached. In Rayanapadu, in fact, the entire station, the tracks were submerged, and therefore the Tamil Nadu Express came and stopped there, and subsequently JCBs and trucks had to be used to transport those people to Vijayawada and then use buses to transport them elsewhere. So as many as 5 trains could not be moved at all. Several trains that are coming from the north of the country which tend to come via Vijayawada, they have all been diverted. So there is going to be disruption and delay in the rail traffic as well. But focus right now to try and ensure that wherever the emergency comes up, resources are deployed there and the rescue effort is directed in that manner. And wherever the waterlogging happens, the attention of the authorities also to try and ensure that safe water and food is reached in those areas and those people are brought out of those areas, because there is no power connection as well because of the rains that we have seen in the last 2 to 3 days, and therefore reaching to people who need the help, that is becoming a challenge as well. But as of now, ministers, officers that I've spoken to, telling us that things are under control. It's only the rescue and relief that is the focus now, because as of now, no fresh rains are happening, no downpour happening. But from the upstream areas, the water that is coming in could cause flash floods, and that's why about 119 such vulnerable areas have been identified. 19 districts put on the flash flood risk assessment alert, and 9 districts still under red alert in Telangana, 12 under orange alert. Back to you.
All right, Uma, good to know that today the situation seems better, but as you said, alert in several districts over the possibility of flash floods, many tragic deaths having taken place yesterday as the highways were overrun with water. Thanks so much, Uma. We'll return to you for more updates.